Hi, welcome back to Third Rate Content. Today is Shrewsbury, a ghost town, part one. We're just going to have a little walk around, look at some of the key haunted spots in Shrewsbury and just have a little talk of the history of them. So buckle up and I'll see you out here. So here we're looking at St Auckland's Church, built in 947, so it's Anglo-Saxon, the original part. But it was rebuilt in the 1700s, virtually rebuilt, everything bar the tower, the main tower. So the steeple and these sort of Gothic parts we're looking at were rebuilt. But on the spire that we were just looking at regularly seen what is thought to be a ghost of a steeplejack, George Archer, who in 1780 climbed the tower, the steeple, to replace the weather vane. So when he finished doing that, he was having a rest in the Three Fishes pub on Fish Street, just right by St Auckland's, which it was known as the Fishes then. He was bet by some local gentlemen whether he would climb up and take it off for a sort of joke, which he did, and he was bet a gallon of beer. And when he came down, he won the bet. He had drunk most of the gallon, and that they felt guilty and said, "Why don't you go back up and put it back up?" He went back up again, third time in the day, replaced it. They were looking at the Fisher's pub, and slipped or something, fell off and fell to his death. So that was that of George Archer, and now his ghost haunts the steeple. Yeah, there's actually a shop unit just behind that scaffolding, which is said to be haunted because the road here was widened in the 1700s. You can sort of see the run of the original road and where it's been widened, and the boundary here on the right hand side is actually the church, the graveyard of St Auckland's, and graves had to be moved back, as you can see the 6 there. So it's sort of disrupting the graves, it's caused ghosts to haunt. Here we're looking at Granny's flat. Yeah, where the ghost of an old lady moves stuff around and has been doing since the 1990s. She moves stuff upstairs and downstairs. Yeah, just behind me, St Julian's church graveyard. And this was the scene of one of the most terrifying things that could possibly happen to someone. They got buried alive. Yeah, I'll tell you about it now. Yeah, during the early 1800s, reports of groanings and shoutings coming from St Julian's graveyard were reported. A freshly dug grave was found, and they dug the grave up. Unfortunately, the man was dead by the time they dug it up, but it was a chef who had been staying at the Lion Hotel nearby. And we're just looking here this is actual stone medieval coffin that was dug up at some point, and it was obviously of someone important, but it's all carved out and there's room for the head to lie and everything. But going back to the story, the chef was sleeping deeply, and they thought he had died or he had taken some sort of sedative. And the controversy was that the death certificate was signed unduly quickly. Look at the detail over that door. But and here, this garden now shut to the public. It was open at one point, the Oakley Garden, Memorial Garden. But they thought the death certificate was signed so fast because they didn't want a scene at the Lion Hotel, which was one of the top coaching hotels in Shrewsbury at the time, and but it all sounds a bit suspicious to me, really. The chef was called Taur, T-A-U-R, Greek keys. Here in Barracks Passage, just off Wild Cop, is Henry Tudor House, is now known, rightfully so, as Henry Tudor actually stayed here in 1461 when he was on his way to the Battle of Bosworth Heath doing some recruiting. And it's actually thought that his men and officers who were killed on the battlefield are thought to haunt these very windows and look out from time to time. Can't see any today, I don't think, but we'll just look carefully. But it's a beautiful building. Below this building on Dogpole was the morgue for the RSI, the Royal Shrewsbury Infirmary. Ghosts have been reported there. And here, just over the road, is the old house, thought to be one of the oldest houses in Shrewsbury. And this house is double haunted. You have a ghost of a gentleman who haunts the reception room. Look at the carvings on there, so intricate. And there's also a ghost of a lady who is said to gaze out of the bay window looking at the road, who is thought to be possibly Mary, Queen of Scots, who is thought to have possibly stayed here at some point. And she walks from the bay window we're looking at now across the room inside, and as she walks through a wall which was later found to have a passageway to a small chapel, Catholic chapel, so it backs up the Mary Queen of Scots claim, which is very interesting. Thanks for watching to the end. That was Shrewsbury, a ghost town. We're bringing you more of this series in the new year, and plenty more filming locations, and fingers crossed, and many more interesting historical sites. So have a very happy new year, and hope you had a great Christmas, and I'll see you all in the new year. Third rate content, signing out, and if I don't see you soon, I'll see you 3 times as soon.